Okay, let's click this cookie. Yeah, so counter increases. Okay, then the next step is we're gonna make these 4 buttons. So if you get these items, then it's gonna automatically click this cookie like once every 10 seconds. Or if you get this grandpa, then it clicks cookie per second. So that's what we're gonna do next. Okay, so inside of this create UI method, let's make another JPanel. Item panel equal new JPanel. Panel set the bounds. This time 500, 170, 250, and 250. Of course, you can choose whatever number you want. And item panel dot set background color blue again for now. And also layout, set layout, and again we're gonna use this grid layout, and this time 4-1 because we're gonna place 4 buttons vertically, and add this panel to this window. Add item panel. Okay, so like this. Now let's make 4 buttons. For these 4 buttons, again we're gonna declare here JButton, button 1, button 2, button 3, and button 4. Okay, let's initialize it. Button 1 equal new JButton. Button 1 set. Okay, let's set font first, and let's use font 1, the bigger one. Button 1 and set focus painted false, and also button 1 add action listener and C handler again. And this time we're gonna set action command as well, because we're gonna make 4 buttons. So by setting this action command, the program will see which button is clicked. So first item is cursor, so cursor, and add this button to item panel. Item panel, add button 1. And okay, let's type text here, cursor on this button. And okay, so you can copy this and paste 2, 3, 4 and change this number to 2. Also change this 2 and 3 and 4, and let's just type question mark here on bottom 2 and bottom 3 and bottom 4. Okay, let's check this. So it's like this. Cursor and questions. Okay, let's change this from blue to black. Also for this cookie button as well, let's set action command, and this one is cookie. Okay, so now we have set action command on this cookie button and also this cursor button, so we can change a little bit inside of this cookie handler. So first string, and I'm gonna name this action equal event dot get action command. So we can receive action command and put it into this action string, and make switch here with this action. And the case, first case is cookie. So if the pressed button was cookie, then yeah, let's copy this and paste here. Then it increases the cookie counter and break. But if action command is cursor, so this means you clicked the cursor button 1, then something different will happen. What's gonna happen is, as this description says, it's gonna auto clicks once every 10 seconds. And so to do this, we're gonna use a class called timer. So this will be the main part of this tutorial, I think. So yeah, let's make timer around here and the timer, and name this timer simply, and import this, and so make sure to import this one, javax.swing timer. Okay, so now we can use this timer, and we're gonna make another method. So after this UI, public void set timer or something, and inside first timer equal new timer, and here, so we're gonna put some parameter, and the first parameter is the speed of this timer, and for now I just type 1000, and this means 1000 milliseconds, so basically 1 second. And after that, new action listener, and override public void action performed and action event E. And inside of this action performed, so basically this means what happens when this timer is activated. And inside of this action performed, I'm gonna type cookie counter plus plus, and also counter label set text cookie counter plus cookies. So it increases cookie number by 1 and update the number on the screen. So while this timer is activated, it repeats this process again and again and again until you stop the timer. So this 1000 milliseconds, 1 second, means it repeats this every 1 second. So if you change this to 2000, then this timer repeats this every 2 seconds. So for testing, so I set 1000 for now. Okay, so let's start this timer if you click this cursor button and see what's gonna happen. So to start this timer, you type like this, timer.start. This will start the timer. And also we need to call this set timer method first. So first call this set timer and then start the timer. Okay. So right now this counter doesn't change unless you click this cookie manually. But if you click this cursor, then it starts to increase the number automatically, because by clicking this button you just activated this timer, and since we set 1000 milliseconds for this timer, so it does this cookie counter plus plus every 1 second. So that's why this counter is increasing like this. And also, of course, you can increase this manually as well. Yeah, so that's how it works. And but in the original cookie clicker, when you got these items, then it displays this per second. So this means how many cookie you can automatically make per second. So this cursor auto clicks once every 10 seconds. So we have already created this label. So next we're gonna create another integer. I'm gonna call this timer speed. And also I'm gonna make double variable, and name this per second. I don't use integer for this per second because it contains decimal value. So integer cannot contain decimal value, so we need to use this double. And also I'm gonna make boolean and name this as a timer on. And as a default setting, I'm gonna set this as false, because at the beginning of this game you have no auto-clicking items, so timer should be off. And also per second equal 0. Okay, then let's go back to this choice handler and inside of this cursor case. So let's delete this, and here, so if you click this cursor, then per second equal per second plus 0.1, because if you get this cursor, then it auto clicks every 10 seconds. So you can increase 0.1 every time you get this cursor. Okay, then I'm gonna make another method here and name this timer update, and call this method from here, timer update. So if you click this cursor, then it's gonna call this timer update, and what this is gonna do is first make if statement by using this timer on. At first this timer is off, so if timer is off, then now timer is on because you got this cursor, so timer on. And so here this is gonna be a bit complicated math calculation, but let me type first and I'm gonna explain later. So first we're gonna make another double and name this speed and equal 1 slash per second and times 1000. And here we're gonna use this timer speed equal int mass dot round and speed. I know we are doing a kind of a complicated thing, but basically by typing like this, the program knows what's the current timer speed, and we will not use this 1000 anymore, but instead we type timer speed here. So this timer speed basically means how often it increases cookie number, and so the speed changes every time you get these items, and the speed is determined by this per second. So it's a bit complicated because so we are using a different number. So this is per second. Per second 0.1 means you can get one cookie every 10 seconds. So that means timer speed is 10,000 milliseconds. That means 10 seconds. So every 10 seconds, it increases the cookie counter. So, I know I'm not good at math, but I will do my best to explain. So please bear with me. And so now per second is, so it started from 0 and now you added 0.1. So per second is 0.1. So if per second is 0.1, let me use this calculator. So first, we're gonna divide this 1 by this 0.1 per second equal 10. So 10 seconds. But we need to use millisecond for this timer speed. So we need to times 1000. So 10 times 1000 equal 10,000. So that's the timer speed, current timer speed. But we cannot simply type like this, timer speed equal, no, like this, it gives you an error because this timer speed is integer, but this calculation contains decimal value. So this cannot accept the result of this calculation. So that's why we are doing this kind of a complicated thing. So first we accept this as double, and then we convert this double to integer. So int mass.round and the speed, so it's gonna round this double number and put this into this timer speed as an integer. So I don't know, maybe there is a smarter way to do this, but this is what I came up with, and it works at least. So now we know the current timer speed, so we can call this set timer method, then also start the timer. Then this timer is gonna start with a new timer speed, updated timer speed. And for that, we need to add another if statement here. So else if basically. And so if timer is already on, so timer on is true, then we need to stop timer once. We stop the old timer because this timer speed has been updated. So we stop the current timer and start again with new timer speed. And also we want to display this current per second speed. So we're gonna use this per sec label we created a while ago and set text and like a per second and plus no, per second. Yeah. Actually, we still need to add one more line for this timer update, but I will explain about it a bit later. So yeah, let's check this. So now counter doesn't increase automatically, but if you click this cursor, then yeah, per second 0.1, and if you wait 10 seconds, yeah, so the counter increases. So now timer has started, and it increases the number of this cookie every 10 seconds. And if you click this cursor again, then every basically 5 seconds. So and okay, 0.300000, okay, 0.4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Okay, anyway, so if you click this timer, then the speed increases like this. Yeah, like this. So now it makes cookies very quickly. But yeah, as you can see, so what is this 0.800000 or something like that? So this doesn't look good. So that's why I said we need to add one more line. And so yeah, like this one. So 4.69999, why this happens? Because we are adding 0.1 at the time. So, it shouldn't produce this kind of number. And to be honest, I don't know why this is happening. So if anyone knows why this is happening, please let me know. I want to know. But anyway, this doesn't look good. So what we're going to do is we're going to round after this second decimal places and only display first decimal place. This way, it looks better. So to do that, before set this number on this label, we're gonna do some formatting thing. String s or something, and string dot format, and inside of this bracket first double quotation and percent dot 1f. and the double quotation. And the next parameter is per second. And we're going to change this per second to S. So this basically means it's going to display this per second with only one decimal place. Let me show you. Yeah, so like this. Now there is no, 0.6999 or something like that. So if you change this 1F to 2F, so it displays two decimal places. So like this. Okay, so this timer update is basically done. And what's left to do is we also want to count the number of this item, each item you currently have. So like this, 1 or 2 or 3. And also we want to unlock another item when this counter hits a certain number. And also I added this like a pop-up description. And also I set the price to buy these items. So yeah, what we're gonna do is set these item numbers and also price and also unlocking these things. And that will be everything, I think.